Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I will be showing y'all exactly how I meal prep all of my meals except for two. So this is my meal 2, 3, and 4 right here. I'll be showing you how to meal prep. It's my beef and rice, my chicken and rice, and then it'll be my post-workout meal, which is just 200 grams of beef. I want to show y'all how I meal prep because I've been doing the meal prep thing for like 2 or 3 years now, and it's something that a lot of people beginning and even that have been in, working out for a while really struggle with, just meal prepping their meals, having food ready for them. And that's where a lot of people don't see results, is because they don't have they don't have meals made up, or they don't know how to cook it. A lot of people make meal prep videos, make this, make 200 grams of rice and this, but they don't actually like show you like how to make it. And I've got this down to like a science almost. So today I'm just gonna show y'all exactly step by step what I do to make all my meals, and how y'all can do it quickly, effectively, and it's not like cheap, but it's also not that expensive. Your meals don't have to be super in depth. If you really want the progress, if you really want to lose the weight or gain the weight, I feel like your food doesn't have to be super spontaneous. What do you want? Do you want yummy food, or do you want to lose or gain the weight? You gotta kind of pick your poison. So I'm gonna show y'all exactly how I make all this, make it a quick process, and hope y'all enjoy. So as far as appliances go, the first thing you're going to need, which is also the most important and clutch and easy to use, is a rice cooker. If you don't have one of these, they're like probably 30 bucks at Walmart or any store you go to. There's not really a specific one you got to get. Just get one. They're so easy to make. You rice, water, flicker on, let her cook. And then you're gonna need some kind of like pan you can fry in. This is the one I got because we're making a lot of beef, so we need a pretty big pan. And then you need some kind of baking sheet that you can throw in the oven for the chicken. And I did forget one, hold on. You're gonna need a little bit of tin foil. So the reason I use the tin foil is because when you lay tin foil on the baking sheet, you can put seasoning on it. So you season both sides of the chicken, plus when you get done with the chicken, take the chicken off, and then the pan's still clean, so you don't gotta clean that. Whenever you have this layer on top of it, it just stays clean. So little tip I have for that. And then the last one, scissors. These scissors are so good. You cut your chicken, cut the fat off the chicken, cut all the unneeded stuff off the chicken with these, and then when you get done, whenever you're eating your food, you don't want to be chewing forever and ever. So with these, you can chop up the chicken when you're weighing it out, and the chicken's in like little pieces, and it's so much better, easier to eat. You can make it taste a little better with seasoning and stuff. So yeah, those are all the appliances you're gonna need. So the first thing that I always do when I'm meal prepping before I do anything is I just get my rice going, because while I'm cooking the beef, the broccoli, the chicken, this can be just over here chilling, cooking. So with jasmine rice, which is what I use, usually I would make like 4 or 5 cups of rice, but I have rice from the last time I cooked, so I'm just gonna use this, use the rest of that, and today I'm gonna make 3 cups of rice. So the general rule of thumb that I use is for every cup of rice, you do 1.5 cups of water. So if I'm doing 3 cups of rice, I'm gonna do 5 cups of water, and that's just kind of like what I've done trial and error with, and that's what just seems to work really good for me. So like if you're doing 4 cups of dry rice, you're gonna do 6 cups of water, and y'all can do the math. And I don't know where my mom got this little rice holder, but this thing is so clutch. You just like click the little button. It's so nice, and it's got like little measurements on the side. So like, hold up, 3, not even close. So you're gonna need 3 cups of dry rice, and then I know a lot of people get really religious on like cleaning every grain of rice you have, but like this thing has little holes on the side. It's got little holes right here, and I don't like get in there and dig around the rice. I may need to look into that more, but what I do is I just run some water over it 5 or 6 times. And I'm not saying that this is like cleaning it perfectly, but it's doing something, I'm sure. Also forgot to mention with like the appliances and stuff, get you like a little strainer bowl, so as you're cooking the broccoli, when you take it out, since you can only do like a quarter of the bag at a time, you can probably cook the whole bag at once, but I just do a quarter of the bag and then just kind of divide it like that and cook it. So as you get done cooking the broccoli, you throw it in here and then you put the next round of broccoli into the bowl that you're using back in the microwave, and then it just sits in here while you're cooking the rest of it. So a little strainer bowl like this, it doesn't got just anything with holes in it that can kind of let the water get through. All right, before y'all start flaming me, I know my math was wrong on the cups of water and rice. I just realized that, but that's just what I've always done. So if you're doing 3 cups of rice, 5 cups of water. If you're doing 4 cups of rice, do 6 cups of water. And then it kind of just goes, maybe that's like two cups of water for, I don't know. I was never good at math, I'm sorry, but yeah, so 3 cups of rice, 5 cups of water, 4 cups of rice, 6 cups of water, and then just kind of goes up from there, so yeah. So the next thing that I like doing before I get, my chicken and my beef cooking and all that kind of stuff, I like laying out all my containers, and it kind of gets me a good picture of, what's got to go where. So like, for example, this first row will be beef and rice. This first row will be chicken and rice. And then the last row will be all beef for my post-workout meal. This kind of gives me a good headspace of where everything's got to go. And then as, geez Louise, a thing that I like doing to make the process a lot quicker when I'm meal prepping is multitasking, like doing a couple things at a time. So like while my chicken and beef is cooking, like it could be like on the stovetop or whatever. The second my rice gets done, grab the containers that you need rice for, weigh it out, and then while you're weighing everything out, chicken and beef still cooking. So that's a tip that I would have to give y'all, is like, if you really want to like hammer on, if you don't have a lot of time or whatever, really try and just like zone everything out when you're meal prepping and just multitask. Like, so for example, like with the broccoli, you just put the broccoli in the you do like a quarter of the bag at a time. You put it in like a little bowl, cover it, and you steam it. So like while I'm doing the beef, the chicken, and the rice, and the broccoli's going all at the same time, and then as the broccoli and the rice get done, I can weigh it out as that's still cooking, and then it's all just kind of flowing at once. So you don't have to like sit down and just cook the beef and sit down and just cook the chicken. You can do it all at once. So that's something I've taken from all this, is like you can do all 4 aspects. And obviously if you're wanting to make your meals all pretty and put a bunch of other stuff in it, that's gonna take you more time. But if you don't want to, if you're just making like a straight meal, you just want progress, you don't care about the food, it's really easy just to have the beef going, the chicken going, the rice going, the broccoli going, and that's it. All right, before I get everything cooking, rice going, got all that going, and then you're gonna wanna preheat your oven. The rule of thumb that I use for my chicken, if you have, let me find my chicken right quick. I use chicken breast tenderloin, so the cuts are about like, it's like yay big. So if you have chicken breast cuts that are about that big, 350, I preheat, cook it at 350 for 30 minutes, and that always seems to cook it like perfectly. It's not overdone, it's not underdone, undercooked, whatever. So yeah, the next step you're gonna wanna do while you're getting everything else ready is just get your oven preheating on 350. All right, so the first thing that I usually get to cooking when I'm meal prepping, because you can do this while everything else is heating up and cooking, is the broccoli. So I wouldn't say I do exactly a 1/4 of the bag, but I kind of just eyeball it. Get your little microwave safe bowl. Pour a good amount of the bag of broccoli into the bowl. It looks like that, about that much. And you put a little bit of water on top of it. If your microwave has like a frozen veggie option on it, use that. And what I do is I do the frozen veggie option, kind of feel the broccoli or whatever. If it's still kind of firm, if it's not like fully cooked, do about 2 more minutes on it and then just kind of eyeball it. But yeah, first thing I like getting done is the broccoli, because super easy, super quick, and then you can be doing this while you're doing everything else. Also with the broccoli, you're gonna wanna put a towel over the bowl because it'll keep the steam in and cook it a lot better. All right, now that we got the oven preheating over here, we're gonna get our chicken pan ready. So get your foil, put it on top. This is kind of my little setup I do. So I'll be right here. You can't see it, but I have my trash can right here, so I can cut the fat off the chicken. And then as I'm getting the chicken ready, put it on the pan right here. Once you have your foil down, I'll do a little spray oil on top so the chicken don't stick. For seasonings, I use garlic salt. I use this on everything, like y'all know. Garlic salt, I do a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder. Do this little Italian seasoning. It came in like a little seasoning thing I got my mom, and we never used it, and then I used this on my chicken one time. Very good. So Italian seasoning, pepper, and then this garlic and onion spice blend. This is really good. Yeah, I don't go light on the seasoning. I'm not your typical white dude making food. I got a little Asian in me, so I know how to season my stuff. So you'll put the seasoning on the pan and on top of the chicken as well, so you get both sides seasoned, because you don't just want one side seasoned, right? So you'll have it on the pan so it gets the bottom side, and then you'll season the top side as well. As I'm sure y'all just heard, microwave went off, so check your broccoli, kind of feel on it. So yeah, it seems good. So whenever your broccoli gets done, if you're in a time crunch and you want to get done real quick, you can just grab it. The bowl's gonna be stupidly hot, so don't burn yourself. And then I have my little strainer bowl in the sink right here. You just pour it in, kind of let it sit there. While that's sitting in there, you can get your next round of broccoli going, so it's all flowing, it's all cooking, everything is moving good. All right, next step, getting the chicken ready to be cooked. You can get chicken that's already really like all the fat cut off of it. They actually had some deals at Walmart, save $5. Oh, rice is done. But save some money. So if you go to the store, if you're really balling on a budget, like me, a lot of us are, you can really find some good, if you look, you can find good deals on protein, good deals on rice. A 20-pound bag of rice is $20, and a 20-pound bag of rice will last you like 3 months, depending on how much you're eating. But people really, and the oven's ready. Like I was saying, if you really care about making your progress, and you're not gonna whine and complain about having to, not spend your $10 on coffee every day, or your Fortnite gift card or whatever, just look around for good deals. I mean, you can get like the great value bags of five pounds of chicken. Now that has a lot of sodium in it, which I wouldn't recommend, but fresh chicken, if you look around, you can get chicken's chicken. At the end of the day, chicken's chicken. I know I get the good beef, but that's the one like high grade grocery I get the good beef, because I can tell it sits better with my stomach and it just tastes better. So if you really care about it, if you really care about making your progress, you'll find the right stuff that you need, and you'll find deals, and it's really not that hard. But anyways, like I was saying, we get the chicken ready, kind of look on it, there's little pieces of white stuff on there. You can just, that's why I have my trash can right here, and these scissors are essential to meal prepping, because they're so easy to use. You just cut the fat off, drop it right on, and since the seasoning's already on the bottom will get seasoned, and then we'll season the rest of it when I'm done cooking, or when I'm done cutting all the fat off. So now that we got our chicken seasoned, chicken's ready, I'm gonna throw it into the oven, preheated. So we got 350 for 30 minutes, and that should be good. Another thing that I like doing when I'm making my rice, and I'm gonna like put it in the containers, is like y'all heard, rice is done cooking. So once it's done cooking, I like to just unplug the rice cooker and take the top off and kind of let it cool down, because whenever you're putting it in the containers, you don't want it to still be like steaming hot. Or personally, I just don't. It's just a lot easier if it's cooled down. So whenever the rice is done cooking, pop the plug, pop the top, and set in the dishes, and then this will be cooled down by the time that you put the rice into the containers. So yeah, that's usually how it goes for me. Once I get to the beef, cooking the beef part of it, the rice is already done, the broccoli's almost done. So before I get to making the beef, I do like to go ahead and weigh out all the rice I'm gonna need. It just seems like it really speeds up the process. And while you're weighing that out, your pan's heating up, so it's not like, you know, that's not happening yet. So like I said earlier, you can kind of have everything flowing when you're kind of multitasking. So like, for example, right now I got broccoli going, the rice is already done, the chicken's in the oven, and then since the rice is already done, I'm gonna go ahead and weigh it out just to get that part of the process done. And then after that, I'll get to cooking my ground beef. There we go. So yeah, I just finished weighing all my rice out. If you have like rice left over, and it ain't a big deal, you can just get you like a 2-gallon bag, 2-gallon freezer bag. And if you know you're going to use it the next following days for another meal, or you know, if you're not on like a structured diet where you eat the same things every day like I do or whatever, you can just throw the rice in a little bag like this, put it in the fridge, and then you'll have extra rice made over. So that's what I usually do. I just got all my rice weighed out over there, as you can see. Hold up. Boom. All my rice weighed out. And then I'll put the rest of this in a bag and put it in the fridge, and then I'll have rice whenever I need it again. The cool thing about doing all this simultaneously as well is when you get done with something, you put it straight into the dishwasher. So when you get done, everything's already put up, everything's already clean. That's why I like doing the tin foil over the pan for the chicken, is because that's one less thing I gotta clean in the end, because I have the foil over it that kind of like keeps it clean or whatever. So when you get your rice put up, whenever you get your pan, you know, your beef cooked and done, you just throw it right into the dishwasher. It makes the whole process so much quicker. All right, so now that we've got our rice weighed out, it's like a dumbass every time I say that. So now we got that done. Our broccoli is fully done cooking. We got one more round. Chicken's going. So now we can get all of our 5 pounds of beef going. So I like preheating or getting the pan about medium heat. I don't like cooking it super quick, because while I'm cooking the beef, I'm gonna be, you know, emptying the broccoli into the other bowl, getting the chicken out, getting everything else cleaned up. So I like cooking the beef on a medium heat and on a high heat beginning out or starting out, because if you do it super hot and you're trying to multitask with everything else over here, you're gonna end up overcooking your beef, and then it's just not gonna be as good. So with cooking the beef, spray a little bit of oil on it. Don't go too crazy. And then, like I said, medium heat, and get all the beef on there. And then while I'm doing all that, I'm gonna get this broccoli put into the thing, or put into our strainer bowl, and then get the last round going. And then I'll weigh the broccoli out. Weigh the broccoli out as this is cooking, and as the chicken gets done cooking as well. So like I keep repeating, it's all about multitasking with meal prepping. Like if you'll just do multiple things at a time, like cook the beef, cook the chicken, cook the broccoli, cook the rice, all at the same time, it goes so much quicker. It goes so much quicker. I've like mastered it. Finally, I've gotten really good at it. So whenever if you have a pan about this size, oh shit, it's getting hot. Whenever you have a pan about this size, since I do 5 pounds of beef, the first round I'll go 3 pounds, and it kind of cooks a little slower, and that's just as much as I can fit on there. But I'll do 3 pounds the first round, and then the second round I'll do 2 pounds. So yeah, get it all chopped up, medium heat. And like I said earlier, with the medium heat, that'll cook slower, so I'll be able to clean all this stuff up and get all the broccoli put into the containers and get that part done while this is still cooking. Like I keep repeating, everything going at once, everything going at once. So. Show me something more anabolic than this. 3 pounds of grass-fed beef, rolled up, Gold's Gym t-shirt. Got the 12 containers of meal prep in the background. Absolute peak. When you're cooking your ground beef, be sure to be draining the fat from it when you're cooking it. You're already getting, like me, I'm using the 90-10 beef, so there's quite a bit of fat draining, and there's already gonna be enough fat in the meat itself, so make sure that you're draining your fat. All you gotta do is get like a glass or a cup that won't melt. I've made that mistake way too many times. So just drain the fat like this. God, this stove's hot, shit. Just get as much out as you can. And then back on the stove. So I turned the heat up a little bit on the beef when I was stirring it around. Now I put it back down, so while I'm getting my chicken out and weighing my chicken out, the beef isn't gonna overcook, right? So while I'm multitasking over here with chicken, this will be not simmering, but it'll be kind of just cooking real slow. So once I get done with the chicken, I'll come back, and usually the beef is done cooking, and if not, it'll take another minute or two to cook. So now we're gonna get the chicken out of the oven, and I'll show you all that, and we're gonna weigh it out. That. Now we just gotta lay the broccoli in, and that'll be the last weighing part of the whole cooking session. Meal prepping really is not that hard. Like, people overcomplicate it because they want to do all these crazy meals, but if you really want just progress, you need a protein source. If you're cutting lower fat source, so like a 96.4 beef or a 99.1 turkey or tilapia, chicken's good. You need a protein, you need a good carb that you like, so that could be rice, potatoes. That's really the only two that come to my mind when I'm thinking. And then a veggie if you're cutting or bulking, but specifically if you're cutting, because if you're cutting, it adds volume, like I stated earlier. You could do bell pepper. That's what I used to do, is I would do like a shit ton of bell peppers, and then that just made everything better. And it added so much volume, and I felt like I was getting so much more food, but I was just eating little peppers and onions with my food. So, yep, so that'll be the last part. Weigh out the broccoli, weigh out the beef, and then our meals will be complete, and I'll show y'all the final results. All right, now that we got all our meals laid out, we gotta clean everything up, because you always wanna leave a very clean kitchen. That's something I'm big on. Just getting the kitchen looking clean after you get done cooking. Just feels nice to have everything put up. And with the process that I showed you, you kind of can be putting stuff up into the dishwasher as you're cooking, so the cleaning process really isn't that in-depth at the end. And yeah, just like that, my meal prep's done. It's 11:48, and I think I started at like a little after 10. So if you can, there's 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. If you can take a little over an hour and a half to make your meals, like, I don't know. Whenever someone says, I just don't have the ton of meal prep, dog, come on, yeah you do. It's really not that hard. Whenever you kind of divide everything up and have everything going at once, all that time that you spent on your phone or doing some other dumb shit, you could have just meal prepped really quickly and had it done. and you just put it off and put it off and put it off because you think it's some hassle. Well, it really doesn't have to be. Whenever you have like simple meals like this that you enjoy, it doesn't have to be that hard. The person that actually truly wants the results, they'll do the work, and it's not even like it's a big task or anything. It's just something that if you're trying to lose weight or if you're trying to gain weight, you got to meal prep. Like meal prepping is very a tool. So it's a huge tool you can use because you won't have to stress about what you're going to eat for the day. You wake up, your meals are ready, you know what you're going to eat. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. Boom, and it's done. So that's something that I've really taken a liking for, is just having my meals, that my meals be the exact same. And then so every day I wake up, I don't have to, what am I going to eat today? What this or what that? I have all my meals made. I know what I'm going to eat. I enjoy it. And yeah, so yeah, that's the meal prep vid. If y'all want me to give you some more like meal ideas, I can do that as well. I've done quite a few. If you need like let's say you're cutting, if you need like a lower fat content source instead of the beef, you can do like a 96.4 beef. You can do 99.1 turkey. You can do fish. There's a lot of options, and there's a lot of possibilities when you can meal prep, when meal prepping, like a lot of different combinations you can use. I used to do potatoes and beef a lot, but then like I said earlier, when you warm up potatoes, they're just not that good. And rice, when you warm it up, it's always relatively good. So if y'all want some more meal suggestions, I can make little videos on that. If you're like for cutting, for bulking, for maintaining and putting on muscle, let me know. But I hope y'all enjoy the video. I hope this helps y'all in y'all's meal prep journeys. If you're trying to meal prep all the time, but you're messing up or anything like that, I hope this helps you a lot. It's definitely helped my journey a lot, just being able to have an exact routine of how I meal prep and everything. It's pretty nice. So if y'all have any questions about meal prepping, any other things with food, nutrition wise, let me know in the comments. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We're growing pretty big over here. We're growing pretty fast over here, and I'm really excited for some of the things that I have planned for the future with this channel. Let me know in the comments what y'all want to see, whether it be workouts, more stuff about food, life, anything, and I will see y'all in the next one.